do much with it.
Didn't have the passion like you do. I truly believe that too. I think if you don't have like the control, if you're not the one doing it, no one else is gonna have the passion for it.
Exactly.
I feel like with your stuff, especially something like Escape the Night, you have to be the one driving force because everyone else would be like, I think anyone else would be like, this is really weird, but because you're so passionate and you like drive it home, you're like, oh, this is it's kind of cool. Like, have you seen what was the new one? Knives Out. Have you seen Knives Out?
Yeah.
That reminds me of like, you don't like it?
It was okay.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I feel like that's so like Escape the Night.
I know it was, but it just like it was good, but it wasn't like revolutionary.
Right. That's so interesting because I feel like with yours, with Escape the Night, I mean, obviously Clue was like an original one, but you never really saw stuff like that come out. And all of a sudden now you're seeing all these things, Escape Room and Knives Out, and like all these things come out. And I'm just like, I wonder what that resurgence of this like genre came to be.
Yeah.
Do you think it's Escape the Night?
No.
You don't? Not a little. Not even being like narcissistic. You don't think there's a little bit that you've done 4 seasons now?
Maybe.
I feel like it has to be because mainstream always takes from digital.
You know, I actually did this thing with it's called the Murder Mystery Company, where they have murder mystery dinners and events and stuff. And I did like a sponsorship with them where they hosted an event here at the Houdini Estate, and they came up to me after and they were like, "Thank you so much for like bringing light to murder mysteries."
Really?
And I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah, because I don't think it was a thing. Like I remember when you did it, and I was like, this is odd that people would like pick this up because it wasn't like a thing. Like Clue was from the 80s, you know, like no one.
I mean, I was kind of surprised that like YouTube picked it up, because I think even Suzanne Daniels, who's she runs the YouTube originals, she told me that she like didn't believe in the show at first.
Really?
Yeah. She's like, well, we'll see what happens there.
Really?
And then once it became like successful, she was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
What is the success behind it, you think? Like what made it a success?
Honestly, I think it's like the ultimate collaboration video. It's seeing your favorite YouTubers interact with each other in outfits in a way that they've never seen them before.
Right.
So I think it's honestly that mixed with like the overlying storyline and the dramatic deaths.
Yeah, those are okay, and that's what I asked you this off camera before, but I think I want to like delve into it a little more. It's like, it's scripted or unscripted.
So with everything with the YouTubers, it's unscripted.
Okay.
So like everyone who shows up, no one has any idea what's going to happen or the clues that they're going to solve. The only scripted bits are the actors that are mixed within the YouTubers. They have like a storyline that they guide the YouTubers through. Okay. So all the voting and all the conversations that the YouTubers are having is all just as it comes.
Okay. So you have it scripted and planned out.
Like a whole storyline of what the season's going to happen, and how like the actors.
And the deaths are planned.
Not the death challenge is planned, but the YouTuber that's going to die in that way isn't planned. And
this may sound so stupid, how do they know how to die?
So that part, once they lose the challenge, the director pops in and is like, hey, you lost. You're going to die. He's going to come over and stab you. So just play along with it. And then action. And it's just still one take.
Has anyone ever said no?
Oh my God, no.
I would. I'd be like, I'm not dying. I did that on the new season of Reality House too. They wanted me to do an exit interview. I'm like, no.
Oh my God.
I was like, bye. I just laughed. I just sat in the Uber. I feel like that would be me if I lost and escaped the night. I'd be like, no, not doing that.
There was one person who, when they found out that they died, they completely shut down and didn't know how to be.
Because they didn't know how to act, or they were like, I lost?
They were just mortified.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder that, like the drama behind that, because I mean, I think a lot of YouTubers, including myself, are kind of narcissistic where they're like, no, I can't be the one to go home. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Then you think, and only one out of all 4 seasons, someone like had an issue with dying.
Oh, there was one in season 4 too.
Really?
Sure. Yeah. That was season 4 was my least favorite to film by far.
Why?
Just because
drama.
Of this one person on the cast who just made it hell.
Really? Mm-hmm. And how do you stay out of like not talking about drama? You never talk about things. I would call people out left, right, and center.
No, honestly, I could have, and I could have like exposed a lot of receipts, but yeah. I don't know. I guess I don't put out that energy.
That's good. I know that's honestly, I think that's why people fuck with you for real. I think because you don't put out that energy and stuff, I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, but don't push too hard. Because
I want to see Joey unleashed. I want to see you unleashed.
I have a temper. I can go the F off.
Really?
Yes.
Because I feel like even when we're at like your house and like gossiping, like you, me, and Danny or whatever, I feel like he definitely does. But I feel like you're very like pretty even keeled. You don't talk too much like smack about anyone.
No, I don't. And I think maybe like in high school, I did a little bit more. And I always found out like if you say something about someone, it always 100% of the time gets back to that person. And then it just puts you in like a super awkward position. So I've just learned to just keep my mouth shut. And I mean, there are some times where it's like, if I'm hurt, I'm going to talk shit about that person.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you need someone to vent to.
Right.
So
I think it's okay. I honestly think like venting to people is okay. I don't know why people think that. Like for me, I'd rather people like talk behind my back, you know, and vent than rather than like say it to my face. Like I'm like, because sometimes it's not even personal. Like sometimes, you know, I don't know. For me, like sometimes when I vent about people, it's not that I hate them. I'm just like I'm so hurt, and I'm just like want to like talk shit for a minute.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And I feel like some people like misinterpret that as like you talk shit behind my back. I'm like I just need to vent. Like I think that's normal.
Yeah, I feel like that's a normal release that. Everyone in the world does.
Like, but you put up with a lot. Like there's so much stuff from like throughout the years that you've like gone through or been through and stuff, and you like put up with a lot of shit and don't ever talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's kind of like a fear tactic thing too, because I'm always like afraid of like someone like going crazy and like just
killing you.
Me. Yeah.
Tell me that's exactly my fear. I have 5,000 cameras in my house at all times. I'm just like, what the hell? No, it's scary. People always do. You never know, especially like actual crazy people.
Yeah.